The boys and girls basketball teams renewing acquaintances last night. Second meeting of the season on both sides after late December clashes in the Easton Rotary Tournament. The Red Rover girls down the Stateliners by 32 for their third straight Rotary Championship, while the Phillipsburg boys rallied for a 4-point victory over Easton in claiming their second straight holiday title. Liners senior Andrew Martin was this year's tourney MVP after notching a game-high 19 points in the finale. Now junior Matthew Skirbo Jr. earned that honor during his sophomore season, counting 38 points in the 2022 Rotary event. The 11th grader coming off back-to-back 23-point outings, and he was feeling it early yesterday. 8 points across the opening 8 minutes as the home team led 17-10 after 1. He'd add another 7 in the second stanza. Ditto for Martin, the two combining for 14 of Phillipsburg's 21 points in quarter number 2 as the Liners started to gain some separation. Easton had a half dozen players check into the scoring column in the first half, but no one with more than 4 total points as the Rovers trailed 38-17 at the break. Easton ended up with 10 guys that factored into the scoring. Junior Tyshawn Dunlap led the way with 7 points, but the star power of the Stateliners just too much to overcome. 4 Phillipsburg players finished in double figures last night, led by Skirbo Jr.'s game-high 20 points. Martin chipped in a baker's dozen, while Amir Heron and Ethan White-Philpott counted 12 and 10 respectively, as Phillipsburg ultimately pulled away for the 71-38 victory. Third time this season, the Liners have eclipsed 70 points in a game as they earn a record 10th straight victory against the Rovers. Easton girls, meanwhile, bidding for a 6th straight win in the rivalry series. The Red Rovers with an average margin of victory of 29 points over the last handful of head-to-head meetings. Easton's height and length, the contributing factor there. That was on full display early. Junior Corinne Carew, the story of the opening quarter. She had 7 of the Rovers' 17 points in the first frame as Easton led by 11 after 1. The Red Rovers entered last night averaging a little over 6 made three-pointers per game. They knocked down a half dozen in the first half yesterday. The Elias twins accounting for a handful, with Mallory splashing down a trio of trays before halftime. Stateliners limited to just 6 points in each of the first 2 periods. Senior co-captain Amanda Rappel, who leads the Liners, averaging nearly 17 points per game with a pair of 3 balls. She finished with a dozen points in total, reaching double figures for the 8th time this season. And Phillipsburg down 41-12 at the break. Easton, meanwhile, had 3 players reach double digits in scoring. Carew notched a game-high 16, while senior Evelise Cole counted 14, finishing in double figures for the 13th time in 14 games this season. Sophomore Nat Amato, meanwhile, came off the bench to pour in a dozen, highlighted by 3 of Easton's 8 made triples yesterday as the Rovers rolled to the 71-25 triumph. 10 different players factored into the scoring for Dave Lutz's group, which posted its 3rd highest point total of the season.